Well, boys, the FA Cup has come and gone. It's over for the year. It's a dumb competition, and all my homies hate it. This is Red Card Radio. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever you're listening from. Thanks for tuning in. Red Card Radio is a weekly look at the Premier League and English football from three friends who support different clubs. My name is James. I support Arsenal. With me tonight, that's Brad. He supports Chelsea. Down below, that is Sean. He supports Tottenham. Gentlemen, good day. How are you? Are you still playing in the Mickey Mouse Cup?
James. The FA Cup is still going.
No.
And me and all my homies love the FA Cup.
We're in both Mickey Mouse Cups, so I don't know what you're complaining about. We're in both of them.
The EFL Cup is a prestigious, high-class footballing competition in English football. So I agree with you there.
Yeah.
FA Cup,
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse.
Hey, James.
What up, Brad?
Before last week, have you ever heard of Tamworth Soccer Club?
Of course
Football
not.
Club?
Probably because it's a football club.
I had heard of it only through Sean talking about their stadium and how the team coach was going to need to do an 11-point turn in the parking lot to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so they're 16th in the National League.
Hey, maybe they're the next Wrexham.
So they're fit. So they're in League 5. Was there about 20 teams, 30 teams?
Just call it the National League.
I'm saying, sorry. There are 4 leagues below the Premier League. There's between 20 and 25 teams a league. So we could say that they are about 110th in the country, right? Would that be fair?
Are you trying to put them in the pyramid? You're trying to place them in the pyramid?
Yeah, like if we were ranking all of English squads, would this be a top 50 squad, top 100 squad?
Well, you're trying to rank them purely based off their league position. That's the only logical way you could do this, because you and I certainly, the three of us, don't want to discuss the merits of one National League club versus another National League club. We barely agree on the merits of certain Premier League clubs. So
that's not something I'm prepared to do. I'm not prepared to dive into the National League.
Me neither.
And Sean is usually, at this point in the season, giving us 2 or 3 championship updates. Maybe next week we'll get one. Who knows?
You guys want one?
Oh,
no, not right now. Not right. We didn't prepare for it.
Right.
It's not in the rundown, Sean.
It can't be happening. I'm taking over the podcast right now with this.
Well,
I do my math here to see
while Brad's
how
doing
far
math,
down the rankings are.
While Brad's doing math, and before he gives you the answers to his math, if you're new here, if you could hit that subscribe button, ring the sub notification bell, drop a like or comment on YouTube. We did have a comment on YouTube last week. It was let me pull it up real quick. It was from.
Ooh, this was a good one.
It was a good one. It was from Memphis Flash 84.
Okay.
He took some umbrage with some of our comments we made about the Newcastle Spurs game.
I don't even like Tennessee. I'll fight with you just because you got Memphis in your name. Let's go. What's he got to say?
He thinks we all need to read the PGMOL guidebook about handball because it's
tell him
clearly not a handball by Joelinton in his opinion.
I would tell him he needs to read other people's eyeballs, because we've got a bunch of eyeballs that say that's a bleeping handball. All right, move on.
Sean's just out here beefing.
Beefing.
Let me just say, first and foremost, we really appreciate your comment. If you're listening again this week,
I also was on record saying it was not a handball. There's no way.
My only point on that is if Declan Rice did that and then passed it to Jesus, who passed it to Martinelli, and Martinelli scored the goal, that goal's 100% getting chalked off if it's Arsenal.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we all agree on that point. Second point was that Gordon initiated contact with Kulusevski. What?
Yeah. Kulusevski didn't ram his shoulder into his face. Gordon turned, stopped the ball, cut back, turned into it.
Sean.
I'm just saying, you know, it takes two.
Takes 2 to tango. Sean,
let me look around here. It takes 2 people to have sex. All right, you know what I'm saying? Like, two people need to be.
Well,
like,
there goes
so I'm
the
not saying it's
monetization
cool
for this video.
I'm not saying. Takes 2 to tango, right?
This video is no longer made for children. Sean, is it too late for me to tell you that I
didn't say anything?
Is it too late for me to tell you that I already told him that you You thought that you said that more as a joke than anything else? That I put that
Wasn't a joke.
I responded to him on YouTube. Other one was that Newcastle got more yellows because the ref was pro Spurs. I think that's objectively true. Maybe, I'm not sure. And then Arsenal are going to be screwed next year because the League Cup balls are going to be the league balls in the Premier League. I don't know that to be true. I assume it's correct if you're telling me. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know off the top of my head.
I don't know what was so different about. Does anybody? What was so different about them? I don't.
The only thing Arteta said. The only thing Arteta said was that every ball is different and they have different characteristics and they respond
like they didn't have time to prepare for it. Like,
no, obviously
I'm sure they have their balls to practice with.
He didn't use it as an excuse. He responded to a reporter's question and answered the question. He didn't use it as an excuse. Last week when I said that maybe he was using it as a deflection tactic, I hadn't seen his comments in totality. So full disclosure, when I said it last week, I hadn't seen his comments in totality. Now I've seen them in totality, and he was not using it as a deflection tactic. He was just responding to a question that was asked of him.
This sounds like James is using this as a deflection tactic for him.
Okay. All right. Well,
anyways, okay, wait. Do we have any more comments?
Memphis Flash, thank you. We really appreciate it. Send your comments. We will talk about them. We appreciate it.
Yes. Tamworth is 108th in the pyramid, based on my maths.
All right.
If everybody was in one league, they would be 108th.
All right. And then did you do a subtraction here and figure out how many places they are removed from Tottenham?
Ooh, I forgot that part.
Quick math. Should be like 96, right? Because we're Tottenham. They're 10th or are they 12th?
13 in the live table.
So -7?
What?
They're 101 away.
No.
What? Brad, you do 108 minus 13.
Minus 13. Yeah.
Wait, you just picked out a random number to subtract by?
No.
90,
why would I do minus 13?
95.
Okay.
95 difference.
We are not.
It'd be minus 13.
We are not doing this right now.
Brad, I don't have time to explain this. Why you minus the 13 out?
All right, I got it.
I know, I'm with you. I forgot I was messing my math because 20 minus 13 is 7. That's where I got that number from. That's on me.
13 plus X equals 108. That's the algebraic equation. All right,
yes.
We're done here. Let's
95. 95th. They are within 100 places of Tottenham.
Hey, gotta beat them.
Should we start there?
No, we have to. We have to start with Arsenal. We have to start with Arsenal, Manchester United. What are you talking about? Should we start there? The biggest game of the weekend was Arsenal, Manchester United from the Emirates.
In those all whites, man, I love that uniform. You should wear that uniform more often.
We need to give up on this campaign. I love the all white jerseys, but we need to. Okay, this is obviously politically incorrect, but we've already thrown the baby out with the bathwater. Is that someone on Twitter said we need to stop wearing these kits and just let people stab each other so we can win a cup. was what I read on Twitter. Obviously, not promoting knife violence. Knife violence is a big problem in London. Don't stab each other, people. But we need to stop wearing these kits.
We do have a chance because I texted James today, confused because it has been big news on Spurs Twitter that we will be wearing our away kit tomorrow, which originally I was confused. Of course, we're away at the Emirates. Why wouldn't we wear our away kit? And then it dawned on me that we probably just wear our Lily Whites, our home kit, when we play Arsenal because their home is a red color, red with white sleeves. So it's probably like we just wear our home kits because it's directly contrasting anyway. So the fact that we're wearing our blue aways, our blue stripes, maybe they are wearing the whites, the all whites.
No.
Maybe they are. Maybe they're like, you know what? We can't do it in the. We only got one game out of this. Like 3 of the 4 times we tried to use it, so we're gonna pull it out into the league.
We'll talk about the North London Derby later. We won't talk about the jerseys of the North London Derby, but we are certainly not wearing the all white kits in the league. No,
he sounds terrified. Do you see how terrified?
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, let's put this to bed right now. We're not talking about this."
Shall we get into this Arteta masterclass?
Sure, we can talk about how Arteta coached a 4-1, 5-1 victory and was let down by his players, I would love to talk about that. Arsenal have been bumped from the cup. They lost 5-3 on penalties. Kai Havertz missed his penalty, and then United scored all 5 of theirs. You laugh because it's Havertz, but
yes,
but
I will continue to laugh that it's Havertz.
My point about this whole situation, and Kai Havertz has been getting some unholy abuse on the internet because of it. His wife is getting unholy abuse because she's married to a footballer, which we all agree is repugnant. We don't need to get into that because it's repugnant. But Kai Havertz should never have been in this position to begin with to kick a penalty, to shoot a penalty. It should never.
Why not?
It should have never gotten to that point because in the second half, Martin Odegaard misses a penalty that would win the game. In the second half, Declan Rice misses a header from 7 yards, which would have won the game. In the second half, Declan Rice, okay, maybe this one is not as egregious. He shoots it on target and it gets saved, but like he has a shot inside the box that he could have scored. Mikel Merino had a shot in the first half that he could have scored. Gabby Martinelli had a shot. Putting this on Kai Havertz is absurd to me.
Wait. You didn't hit the Kai Havertz could have scored a goal from in the box.
It would have been.
That was a 0.95 xG.
It would have been disallowed for handball.
Okay, but did it go in the back of the net or did it go over the net from
it doesn't
4
matter.
feet away?
It doesn't matter. If it would have been disallowed for handball, it wouldn't have mattered. It doesn't matter. It was a handball. It doesn't count. It basically doesn't count. The referee, you heard the announcer talking about how the United players were talking with the referee, and he's like, "Yeah, it would have been a handball." Essentially, that's what the announcer told us because there's no VAR in the FA Cup. But Kai Havertz handled it with both hands, which is also bad. Also bad.
I didn't know who had the handball because I didn't see that part. Now that makes it even better. So he basically punted it over the goal.
So the ball comes over. He tries to take it off of his chest and it hits both of his arms and then goes down and like he just doesn't get a good contact on it. But still,
he punched the ball.
Okay, so you're adding more fuel to my fire as that the game should not have gotten to a penalty shootout. Arteta did a great job coaching this team to what should have been a victory, and he was let down by his players.
Hashtag Arteta in.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't have any problem with Arteta. I think Arteta's a good coach. Like I'm not. I was making a joke because the media is all in on Arteta and they're all in on Kai Havertz, and I am here for the Kai Havertz slander.
And by media, you just mean like the internet, because I don't think any like actual media personalities are calling for Arteta to lose his job, but there are Arsenal corners of the Arsenal Twitterverse that are calling for Arteta to lose his jobs, and it's absurd to me because Arsenal were a laughingstock in Big Six fixtures before Arteta. At the end of Wenger's tenure and under Unai Emery, we would regularly get slapped in Big Six fixtures. Regularly get slapped, and that was
great.
It was
amazing.
That was unacceptable to Arsenal fans then. But now I don't think we've lost a Big Six fixture outside of Manchester City in like 2 seasons or something like that. Like people are so quick to forget what Arsenal were just like 3 or 4 years ago and what Arteta has transformed this team into, and to the absolute gall it takes to come out and say that Arteta should be sacked because he lost on penalties to Manchester United in the FA Cup, or that we've been bounced out of the FA Cup in the last 3 round of three in the round of 3 the last 3 years. Bro, we had City 2 years ago. We had Liverpool last year. We had Manchester United this year. Those aren't slouch teams. We didn't get knocked out by Blackpool. Okay?
We're taken to overtime by Tamworth.
Like people are losing their ever-loving minds over absurd things. Like you're going to have to tell me that there's an objectively better coach out there that can use the players we currently have and they're willing to come to Arsenal. Like you're going to have to make that argument to me. And I'm still going to disagree with you because Arteta is clearly the best person for this job.
That's what I was going to say, to like, even for out of the 3 of us, I have the most reason to be the player hater of the year and just hate on Arsenal. which I enjoy to do thoroughly.
You're very good at it.
But thank you. But to your point, you've lost to, I think you just named them, Nottingham Forest 4 years ago. That's the worst one because they were in the championship.
Sure.
Liverpool in round 4, City in round 3, United in round 3. Like, okay, you're getting crap draws. Like, you're supposed to be playing National League. You're supposed to be playing Woking. You're supposed to be playing York City, Forest Green Rovers. Like,
Morecambe.
Yeah, Morecambe. Yeah, you're supposed to go to the southern coast of Italy to play the RFA Cup game. But like, you just keep getting the shaft by for whatever reason. Like, and it's happenstance. It ebbs and flows, and like you get the easy ones, you get the hard ones, and everybody knows it's part of the FA Cup, and you just deal with it. But like you kind of the past couple of years, it kind of sucks. Like,
hey, Sean.
Premier League.
We say United, but like, it's a Premier League team, but like, this isn't the same United.
Hold on,
and
but
they were down to 10 men, were they not?
Yes, they were. But Brad,
we're 60 minutes to be fair.
No, they were down to 10 men for the last 30 minutes. But Brad, last 30 minutes plus 30 minutes, 60 minutes. You're right. You're right. My, what have I always said about Manchester United? No matter how bad they are, they play up to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Like this United team is generationally bad. It is not good. But what did they do a week ago? They drew away at Anfield, and then they won on penalties at the Emirates. Those are the 2 games all season that Manchester United get up for, regardless of how bad they are. It's Arsenal and Liverpool. I mean, they don't care about Manchester City. Like, Manchester United don't actually think City are rivals. They think they're noisy neighbors. And so they don't care about that game. They care about Liverpool. They care about United. They care about Arsenal and Liverpool. And that's they go to different levels in those 2 fixtures. Every time. You throw form out the window in those fixtures. But at the same time, Arsenal thoroughly beat the stuffing out of them, but just didn't win the game because they didn't score the goals. So that's my rant. If you are Arteta out because we lost in this match against United, then just put your jerseys in a box. Take all your jerseys out of your closet, put them in a cardboard box, put your cardboard box at the top of your closet, and just call it a day for about 6 months. Just put them away until the summer and just walk away because you've lost your mind.
It's like you have a box specifically for this.
I got rid of that box. Okay. I see here that we have Tamworth Spurs. Why did it take you 120 minutes, Sean, to beat the 108th ranked team in England?
This is
great radio. So
I know. Yeah.
While you get your thoughts together, a 32-year-old plumber won player of the match in this.
That's what I was gonna say. Shout out to that dude. That's what I made that joke to this weekend to make James feel better. He was lamenting in the group chat about not being United, and I was like, well, if it makes you feel any better, a dude who has to go to work tomorrow won player of the match in the Tottenham game.
That man is 100% telling that story for the next 60 years.
Oh yeah, how great is that for that dude, man?
Every chance he gets, he's going to be a cult legend.
He might get his own statue or something. I don't know how they do it,
they don't have a
budget for a statue. They don't have. Did you see the stadium? They don't have room for a statue.
Hey, where are they putting it? We gotta send. We got to send Sean Taylor's jerseys, Sean Taylor's statue thing at Washington somewhere. Let's send it to Tamworth. We can put his jersey on it. It'll look the same.
Because it's so bad. The Sean Taylor
one's so bad. There's nothing on the Sean Taylor one. It's literally just like a mannequin with his gear on. But this Sean, I think this is worse.
We won the game, Brad.
I think this is worse than the Arsenal result.
It can't possibly be worse, it is embarrassing, but it can't possibly be worse. They won the game.
Great. Sorry. More embarrassing. Maybe not worse. More embarrassing that happened. That you had to bring on, and what is it? 7 of your starting 11 played the entire game?
No.
Huh?
Right. hold on. Sean, can I defend Spurs for a second? We're going to do a little bit of role reversal here. Brad, this game was played in a stadium that these guys it's a harder experience than I think you're giving credit to go to a National League side and be a Premier League team and do that. You know what I mean? Like these guys are used to a certain caliber of football pitch. They're used to a certain caliber of even the really bad dressing rooms in the Premier League are still big enough for the entire team to fit in. All the kit men, all the people, and I'm not trying to make excuses but it is difficult. It's not easy for the players to do that. And at the same time, playing on an artificial pitch, we've all heard professional footballers talk about how they don't like playing on artificial pitches. And that 100% goes to the back of their mind because how many of their teammates are missing because of injury right now through soft tissue injuries. And so I fully believe that the Spurs players go in there with 70% intensity and because they don't want to get hurt. And that's why it took so long. Maybe that's not a good excuse, but I think that that's an explanation perhaps.
Sure.
Brad,
but let's do this. Hold on, Sean.
I will tell you that we had 78% possession, which is absurd.
Does Brendan Johnson start?
Yes.
All right. So
does James Madison start?
Okay.
I went. Hold on. Brendan Johnson does not start in a fully fit outfit. No.
Is he? Ooh.
He's back. It's
Kulusevski.
He's back on the Kulusevski train.
We switched. Okay. Because at the beginning of the season, it was like, who is Kulusevski? He just shouldn't play anything.
All right. Here. You know what? We don't have to roll through all the players. In a fully fit outfit, this is who starts full-time for the club. James Madison, Pedro Porro.
Basuma and Sarr don't start? Neither one of them starts.
Bentaker.
Basuma and Sarr. Or Sarr. Neither one of them starts.
No, you're probably
Mikey
right.
Moore, Mikey Moore wasn't starting?
Sorry.
When he was healthy?
He's not a starter. No, Mikey Moore's 18 years old.
He was starting there.
Heung-min Son doesn't start on the left wing, Brad? What games are you watching?
In his defense, none. He watches.
When I have put it on, Mikey Moore was playing.
Okay, well that was you missed 2.5 months of Tottenham football because he was sick with an illness.
Hold on, Son Heung-min, Solanke, Kulusevski. To your point,
these are people
Bergvall?
that played, but you said played 90 minutes. No, Porro played 90 minutes. That's it.
This is
Basuma.
I heard, speaking of Bergvall, I heard a whisper from a Spurs fan that said Bergvall might be a top 5 midfielder of all time. I'm not gonna say who that Spurs fan was.
3 to 4 to 5 years, you know.
You gave yourself up, Sean.
Could be.
Yeah, it can't be more embarrassing. They won the game. Gary Neville FC Salford got shellacked by City 8-0. That's a fun result, but all the other big boys won. Normal stuff. We are kind of in a weird timeline right now because as we're recording this podcast, we're in the midst of round 21. Round 21 is a midweek fixture. And so when we're recording this, some of those games have been played. The Tuesday fixtures have been played. The Wednesday fixtures have not been played yet. So we're going to do something a little bit different for this episode. One, we're going to talk about one of those games that has been played. And then we're going to preview the North London Derby, which is going to happen essentially as this podcast goes live. So if you're listening to this, you can turn on if you're watching this, the North London Derby is about 24 minutes in. So you should turn on Peacock or NBC or whatever it's on in England if you're not in America and watch it. So first we're going to talk about Chelsea Bournemouth. So Chelsea Bournemouth ends 2-2. Late last minute free kick from Reece James secures a point for Bournemouth. Now, quickly, Brad, I have a question for you.
Yes.
5 games ago, you predicted
15 points.
Chelsea would have 18 points in their next 6.
Yeah.
So they've got one more game to get to their 18 points. Could you let me know exactly what the maximum point potential is for Chelsea in that 6 game run real quick?
It's going to be 3.
No,
It's
no.
gonna be 3 points.
What's
The maximum they could get is probably is 6.
Yeah.
We're gonna end up at 3 or 4. We'll end up at 4.
So Chelsea have been on a torrid run since Brad said that.
I jinxed the team. What am I doing?
You did worse than jinx them, bro.
I did. I destroyed this team. No. Okay. So are we getting into this game?
That's why we talk about it.
All right. Bet. So Cole Palmer's goal, excellent. Chef's kiss. Sits the goalie down with a fake shot, puts it the other way right around him. Awesome on a breakaway to like pause to be able to do that. The penalty is a penalty. And then 2 minutes later, Bournemouth should have been down to 10 men. I'm gonna come back to that though because I want to get through all the goals first. Semeneo's goal was awesome. Achapong did everything he could. Sanchez has no shot at it. Like that's a great goal.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure any goalkeeper is saving that. Maybe if they're just like standing up a little bit more.
Right. If they're in that, if he like had slid over, like sure, but probably not. I don't think there's many that are saving that.
I don't know. Yeah.
So that's a great goal. Sure. Reece James's free kick was amazing. Perfectly curved. Not playing for like 2 months, comes in and scores the game tying goal.
I was, can I just, as a quick aside, so unreasonably annoyed when that goal went in. Reece
James goated, best right back in the league.
Factually untrue, but I was just so annoyed.
Because you knew that's exactly what I was going to say. That's what. All right, but let's rewind this back to the 52nd minute. There was a Lavia fouls in the 50th minute. There's a free kick. Free kick happens. Sanchez collects the ball. Sanchez is about to throw the ball, and Brooks for Bournemouth decides to clothesline Cucurella and pull his hair on the way down, like to make sure he's not getting by him. And the ref doesn't call jack. Doesn't bring out a yellow, doesn't bring out a red, which this was a red card 4 weeks ago. Just want to put that out there. Last time somebody pulled Cucurella by the hair, it was a red card. So I guess this is like the sandwich. No red card, no red card between the games.
You'll agree with me that it's slightly different. This is a clothesline that ends with a little bit of hair pull instead of just like a blatant hair pull.
Right, but this starts with a clothesline. Is a clothesline legal in soccer?
No. But
okay.
But you agree with me. You agree with me that they are different plays because I think hair pulling is specifically a red card. I think I could be wrong.
So he pulled the hair, so this is a red card. But either way, that's the end result of this whole action. That should have been a red card. But hey, so look, VAR is like, yo, homie, you need to check this out because you missed something. And so the ref walks over, looks at his screen, and they're like, yeah, this is a red card, and here's why. Look at this. He's like, nah, fam, that's a yellow. That's a yellow card all day. Wait. Sean, has a referee ever gone to VAR when they have said, hey, a possible red card that you missed, and came back out and was like, you know what? That's a yellow card. That ain't a red card. I missed the yellow card from the beginning. Thanks for stopping me.
I would say no.
I think I would agree with you that it's either, no, homie, I didn't miss anything. You guys are wrong. That's not a red card. Or it's a...
Well, that's not the same thing that you just asked Sean. You asked him if it's ever been done, not whether or not it's legal.
I didn't say it was legal or not legal.
Okay, but
it's never been. I am insinuating because I'm pretty sure it is. That's not the decision that's being asked. Is this a red card or is it not?
Your implication with the way that you responded to Sean was such that it was not legal.
So here's my question.
Okay,
James.
Yes.
VAR has very strict guidelines on what they can do, what they are there to suggest, right?
Yes, correct.
They cannot go back for a yellow card, a second yellow card, unless they think it's a red card. They can't intervene in red card situations where like serious foul play has occurred.
Agreed.
Correct? So
absolutely.
There is no yellow card situations that they can like call back, like, no, you need to look at this.
I agree with you. Yes.
So when the referee goes to the screen to confirm it is a red card or not, is any part of this litigation says it's a yellow card?
So what VAR can do is recommend an on-field review for a possible red card situation. That's what they did. VAR said, we think this is a red card. What the referee did was say, I disagree with you that it's a red card. I don't think it's a red card.
Okay, then why did he bring out the yellow? It wasn't asking if it was a yellow card or not. Well, you can't go give that yellow card. Like, that has to be a red card.
I don't think we know that implicitly that you're not allowed to do. I agree with you. It is out of the ordinary. It's unorthodox. We've never seen it before. I agree with all of the statements that I just made. But I also don't know if it's specifically against the rules. I don't know that. And maybe someone will correct me. Maybe it will come out in the next day or two that it was against the rules. Maybe Howard Webb will come out and say, not that I listen to what that rat has to say about anything, because he's
ignoring this call because it's so controversial. He's ignoring this. It's not coming to it.
He's 100% going to talk about it, but Michael Owen and he are going to just carry water for the referees for whatever reason. And well, obviously I know why they do it, but he is just a rat and I don't care what he says. But anyway, I'm essentially, okay, I'll just say it like this. We have been annoyed, I have been annoyed that referees' decisions have been relitigated by VAR insofar that very few referees ever go to the screen and say, you know what, I'm sticking with my decision.
And this guy didn't either.
Hold on. I agree with you. But he did disagree with VAR, which is incredibly rare in English refereeing. It is incredibly rare for a referee to be recommended to go look at the screen and then disagree with VAR. Normally, what happens is you get recommended, you go and you just say, yes, we're going to go with what VAR said it was. That's not what happened here. So from in one standpoint, I am happy that a referee stood up for themselves and reffed the game in the way that okay, I think it's a red card. It should have been a red card. I agree with you, it's a red card. My only point is that I'm not sure if it's against the rules, and I'm also happy that a referee stood up for himself in a sense and didn't necessarily just agree with VAR.
But he didn't.
He did. He didn't agree with VAR. His options, you read the rules to me before we started, and his options are to confirm, rescind, or disagree, whatever you read like 3 buzzwords, and he did one of those things.
So you went from no card to a yellow card.
Sure.
Which is not what VAR is there to do.
Yes, I agree with you. VAR is not there to do that. So maybe we should rescind the yellow card, posthumously rescind the yellow card.
Look, listen, he should have, that should have been the decision. Hey, no, you're wrong. This is a foul. It's not a yellow card. So it was called a foul. I don't even think it was called a foul on the field.
It wasn't.
Right. They stopped play for this for a red card situation. So it's either a red card or it's not.
This is
that is the choice.
Certainly an unorthodox situation.
This is the stupidest thing that we're having this conversation, right? Because VAR did its job.
I don't want, guys, we can argue semantics all night, but I'm here.
This isn't semantics.
I'm here to argue facts, James.
He's trying to segue here.
Can you please tell me, best right back in the league, Reece James? Can you please tell me, James, who in the league at right back has the most assists by a defender in the league?
I do not care about any of this conversation. Go back to Tamworth.
This is factual information. You guys are ordering semantics of, like.
I hope Arsenal smash Tottenham now in this North London derby.
Let me assume it's Pedro Porro.
It is! Wow!
Well, I'm so shocked by this revolutionary football
to be fair,
analysis.
If you guys are curious, the 2 leaders in assists by a defender are left backs, and then the top one is an American, Anthony Robinson.
Robinson playing out of his mind. He won U.S. Player of the Year, by the way. I don't know if we gave him that shout out. U.S. Player of the Year.
And then second place is Ait Nouri from the Wolves, so who is also a left back.
That all checks out.
But Pedro Porro and Trent Alexander-Arnold both have 4, so technically tied at 3rd. So.
Okay, all right.
You just made that sound like Pedro Porro was by himself.
Hey, listen.
Nothing he said there was untrue. It was misleading, but it wasn't untrue.
Wow.
That's right. That's what I'm trying to be.
North London derby on a Wednesday from the Emirates. Whoever made that schedule really succeeded. Sean, tell me why Tottenham are going to win.
We're not. So, would you like to talk about why Arsenal are going to win?
Absolutely. I'd love to talk about why Arsenal are going to win. Because our players are better, our coach is better, our stadium's better. Our kit is better.
Ask better questions, dude. Ask better questions, dude.
All right, hey, I got a question. Is it the normal ball?
Oh my God, it's not.
We got a League Cup ball or no? Or
he was just answering a question. He was just answering a question. Yeah, I think Arsenal are going to win. I think Arsenal. We've been very dominant in the last 2 or 3. Well, we've been pretty dominant in like the last 10 games we've played. We've played very, very good football. We just haven't scored the football. We have been on a barren patch in terms of goal scoring.
I have not checked this out to make sure that it was true, but I saw a stat that Mikel Arteta is 8-3-0 against Tottenham.
I would believe it.
I don't know that that's true, but he has never lost to Tottenham away or home.
That can't be true because we lose.
So maybe it was home games then. Maybe Arsenal are 8-3-0 in home games.
Think about the Conte game. It was in April. Maybe it was the rescheduled game in 2021.
Oh, that's right.
And
when we finished above you, to finish fourth or something like that.
Such poor refereeing in that game. We were given a handball penalty for an awful call, and then Rob Holding got sent off for ridiculousness. So
yeah, that's right. So I did preface that by saying I didn't fact check it. I just saw it on a scroll.
Maybe he's never lost at home against Tottenham.
That may be what it was. Is that since this is at the Emirates, that you guys in your last 11 are 8-3-0 against Tottenham at the Emirates.
Yeah, I could believe that, and I wonder if any of that includes Arteta as a player. If Arteta never lost at the Emirates to Tottenham,
could be.
Yeah,
I
don't know.
Yeah,
because he's only been the manager for 5 years now, so he would have only ever had 5 home North London derbies as a manager.
Yeah.
Unless there's cup games. Have there been cup games? I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't think so.
Maybe. Who knows? No, I legitimately think Arsenal will win. I will pick Arsenal in the pick. Well, I did pick Arsenal in the picks for round 21.
I also picked Arsenal in the picks because
I think Tottenham are good, but I think that Arsenal are better. I think the better team will win.
Brad,
on this slide, hold on. Oh, go ahead. Yes, you finish first. Sure.
I just want to make you laugh specifically, Brad. Going into last week, we had 2 registered center backs by trade on the entire roster that was healthy and active. Going into the North London Derby, we have 1. Can you tell me why?
Because Daniel Levy's Daniel Levy.
So he shipped 1 to Scotland for some god awful reason.
Apparently, Lancashire is going to be gone too, based on the edge today. Question, Sean, and I'm not saying that he should be out. I'm not, right? Ange in. I like Ange as a coach. Assuming this is an L, how long are you sticking by your boy? How long is Daniel Levy sticking by your boy?
See, that's 2 different questions now. Because
I meant to say how long is he surviving as the Tottenham manager? So based on his current run of form.
I will answer that in 2 parts. And I will answer that in 2 parts. One as me personally.
Yep.
And one as Daniel Levy. So for me, I am Ange in. I have never seen a more invigorated locker room, player interviews. Everyone seems on board and they all seem upset when we lose. And it's been since Pochettino since I've seen that. Like the fire in which they play with, it's been a long time. So that's the reason why I'm still Ange in. If I see a drop in that fire, that means they don't believe anymore and I'm moving on. We got to do something else. He's lost the locker room. But everybody seems to be on board still, which means we still got a chance. All right.
So
on to Levy.
Yep. Because I have a different point I want to make when you're done.
My point on Levy would be he is a product of the mob. If Spurs fandom turns on Levy because of Ange, he will cave and he will fire them. So it depends on the Spurs mob, which I'm sure you're familiar with. I'm sure you're familiar with, Brad.
Yes,
That,
the mob. I am with you.
Once the Chelsea mob turns,
yep,
Abramovich was like, "Get him out of here. We'll find somebody else." Levy's the same way.
It wasn't a mob. Abramovich said, "Oh, you lost the game. Get out."
Yeah, Abramovich didn't care what the fans thought. He did not care.
This is what he created the Chelsea mob because he was just so quick with the axe.
So, all right, so maybe I worded that wrong, but I know what I know you know what I'm talking about. When the mob goes, Levy's like, "All right, fans don't like it. I want fans at the stadium because I like money. Coach is out of here. Don't care if they're good or not. I don't give a shit. I just want fans. I want butts in seats. And if butts in seats aren't happy, they're not going to buy tickets. So out of here."
Yep.
So it really depends on the fans. If we can keep calm for a second and like weather the storm, the roster's split. We have the youngest roster in the entire EPL. Like, can we just? Yes, we do. You can look it up. Youngest roster in the Premier League.
It's
top to bottom.
I mean, you guys are probably competing with each other. It's probably close.
That's what I'm saying. That's why my face was like, I'm not sure.
Okay, I know Madison and Son really like imbalance the average, but I can name 5 18-year-olds off the top of my head. Just like that go on the field or on the bench. Bergvall, Gray, Lancashire, Dorrington, and
Bergvall and Gray are the only ones who are serious, like who have played. So, but
yeah.
So
Mikey Moore.
All right, but hey, listen,
they're all 18. They're all 18 years old. So, all right, go ahead.
Besides the youngness, I'm looking at this table here. Right, I pulled up the table.
13, maybe.
If I were to tell you that you had the same amount of losses as Ipswich Town, would that shock you?
No.
If I said you had less losses than Crystal Palace and Everton, would that shock you? You have more losses. Sorry. You have more losses than Crystal Palace and Everton.
No, like I said, I've watched all the games. So
these are all teams below you on there, right? So, like, looking at everything, and look, I'm Ange in, right? The current season status, huh?
You're an opposing fan. Like, should that scare me that you're Ange in?
As a friend of yours, as somebody who wants you to be somewhat happy, I'm not a fan of Tottenham, but like I like Ange as a coach. I think he has good ideas. I think you guys are playing better. I think there is a culture shift happening. But at the current state of a 7 wins, 3 draws, 10 losses, you lose to Arsenal. That's then 11 losses. That's putting you in like Leicester City, Wolves like status-ish area, right? Can Ange survive to play Liverpool in the League Cup?
I kind of think and we keep asking Sean. This is the 3rd or 4th week in a row we've asked Sean this question. I think we would all agree that Spurs shouldn't fire Ange, but that if he has an embarrassing loss to Arsenal, Levy could sack him. If he has an embarrassing loss in the League Cup to Liverpool, Levy could sack him. It just takes one embarrassing result for Levy to just be like, we're gonna go in a different direction. I think that's all it takes, really, is one embarrassing result, and Levy's gonna let him go.
Yeah,
I would go back. I don't want to rehash this, but I would go back to your same argument about Arteta of who are we getting better? Who is better out there that's going to come to Tottenham?
Yeah,
like who's better? Like we're not going to find much better, right? Especially right now.
Yeah,
who's out there?
I don't know.
Like that's gonna like Arsenal are a different answer, like a different equation because you guys actually are in the Champions League and challenge every year, and Tottenham are effing 13th and not looking like we might not make Europe at all. Like, what manager in their right mind is taking over this crap show?
Yeah, I kind of think that's a good point to bring up. Let us know in the comments how you think the North London Derby is going to end, what you think might or might not happen to Ange. Hit us up on social media. That guy up top, that's at KS Bradg. Down below, it's at Whiteheart_Sean. I'm at James Tiffany. Collectively, we are at Redcard_Radio. Check back on Friday. We'll have a preview of round 22 in the Premier League. And until then, enjoy the midweek football if you can watch it. And we will speak to you all soon. Have a good one.